May I say, you are looking simply marvelous today. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Tingles with flyby. Daily ASMR videos. Hello. Oh, it's so good to see you again. So, how have you been going with your colors? You've been able to look back through your wardrobe? Maybe choose some out that look good? Yeah, no, I know. I think we've all been through that. You look at some things and think, that's maybe why I hated that. See, they all look nice in the store because they're just on a hanger, but you know, there's certain ones that you just never want to wear because you don't like how you feel when you get it on. Well, color analysis, I think, is very fundamental. I think it's really important to get that coloring right. Color is such a huge part of how we're perceived. And I feel like we really get to add another element today by doing a body type analysis. Now, the thing to remember with any of these sort of categories, it's the same with the seasonal color analysis, and I'd say it's even more so with the body type analysis, is that in order to make generalizations, there are liberties that are taken. So, for example, you know, your color analysis is quite accurate to you, but you may find a couple colors in the palette that you don't feel work for your specific coloring. You might find a couple colors that you think, oh, these actually work well, but they're not showing up on your palette. And that's pretty normal because no one fits exactly in the middle. It's just a way of conceptualizing things. And it helps with those really comprehensive pieces in the middle. So it can help you get that baseline understanding. But working out the fuzzy details can be a bit different. So I always like to remind people that these aren't really hard and fast rules. They're just ways of helping you understand and reconceptualize things to kind of narrow it down. And then, you know, once you understand that a bit better for yourself and how that works for you, you can broaden it out and kind of explore yourself, and you'll find what actually works for you and doesn't. So, I would like to bring that into mind because there are about 6 basic shapes that we fit people into, and there are a lot more shapes than the just 6 for what body types that we see. So it's just a really rough and loose way of getting just an idea of your silhouette. Okay? And for this, so we just take 3 measurements. We'll do a bust, under bust, a bust, waist, and hip measurement. And then with those 3 measurements, I'll be able to fit you into one of these 6 main shapes. And I guess the thing I'd like to emphasize before we even get into any of the looking at the shapes or any of the measuring is that there is no best body shape. That there are positives and negatives as far as, what you can wear, what looks good on you for every body shape, even one that you might think is a more ideal or that sort of thing. The other thing I always like to remember is that beauty understanding is very subjective. So even though there are kind of mainstream beauty ideals, those actually, there's nothing that is set in stone about those. What's beautiful this year in 100 years could be not beautiful at all. And you actually, can see that when you look at pictures from 100 years ago. The main people that you're seeing aren't really people that we would necessarily consider conventionally attractive nowadays. So it's important to remember, I think, with all those things, that trying to adhere to beauty trends and fashion and all of this sort of thing can be fun. And if you get fun out of it, if you have a lot of enjoyment out of it, then that's great, and that's something to be embraced. But if it makes you feel pressure, if it makes you feel less than, it's very easy and possible to take a step back from that and to kind of live your own life, to find your own colors and find your own shape of clothing that works for you. And I think embrace the body that you're in. I'm a big advocate for that. Anyway, I'll get down off of my soapbox here and get to my job of measuring. But when I see someone, so beautiful like yourself, I just don't ever want you to think that you need to feel bad. And I never really know. I mean, I would look at you and I would think, well, you would never feel bad about it. You look amazing, but you never really know with people. People don't necessarily perceive themselves that well. Okay, so for your bust measurement, I just need you to lift up your arms. Yep, so I can come around. Okay, we're just gonna come around. Yep. You can put your arms down, yeah. I want a rested. Yeah, I just want a wet, rested measurement. Okay. Let's break that one down. Okay, and then for this, just sneak in behind you. Get your waist. And down. Just get down here to your hips. The other thing I like to remind people is that measurements are just numbers, and that numbers are an abstract system of us keeping track of things. You know, there are all sorts of different numbering systems. We just happen to be on a base 10. Anyway. So, looking at your measurements, looks like you are a pear shape. Let me sort through my papers. And, okay. So, if you see here, you can see the pear, but we're not saying you look like that. It's, so the characteristics are shoulders that are narrower than the hips, which we do see, a long waist, a flat stomach, a smaller bust, a heavier bottom half, maybe some saddlebags, and then larger calves and ankles. So if you look here, you actually want to do so. You want to minimize the small bust. We'll try and find elements to really emphasize your good arms and the flat tummy, and then things that will minimize the big bottom, big thighs, and big calves. And by minimize, I don't mean that you shouldn't be proud, but it's more so just to bring a kind of harmonious alignment to really make you feel great with what you're wearing. So I'll just read you from here. A classic pear body shape is characterized by a slender top half and a bottom heavy shape below. The key to dressing this body type is to add the illusion of volume and or width to the upper body, whilst minimizing the lower body to create the illusion of a balanced hourglass shape. So, things to avoid in general will be bias cut skirts. So because these tend to flare out, really have a nice flowy movement, but that will take your shape and just make it even, make your a lot more weight visually, shall I say, on the bottom half, because it's covering up lots of air, those type of skirts. Yeah. You'll want to avoid pencil skirts. They draw a lot of attention to those bottom areas. We're going to want to have areas that focus on your beautiful arms and your flat tummy. So we're going to want to bring our focus more up to your upper half, which is why we'll also want to avoid skirts in shiny fabrics, pants with side pockets, cropped pants and capri pants, more so just because of the shape of the calves and thighs, just not the most flattering on your figure. And tight or tapered pants or jeans, and ankle straps or stilettos. So those are what to avoid. As I've said, if you feel great in any of these, completely ignore. But those are just some things you may want to keep in mind. But we've got a lot of wonderful items for you to wear. And these are the things you'll really want to focus in on. I will give you this sheet to take with you, to use as a reference, because I don't expect you to remember all of this So these are what you want to try and center your wardrobe around. And we'll go through 6 categories. We'll go through dress, skirts, shirts, coats, pants, and shoes. Okay? So for your dress, you want, you can do a asymmetrical or handkerchief hems, which minimize the leg. It's going to be very nice. A nice halter neck can be lovely to really broaden the upper half. Maxi dresses are lovely, and particularly because they start in that top half. They can emphasize that top half and then just flow over the bottom half and look lovely. You wear a lot of maxi dresses. Yeah, you're already hot to that. Also, if you like anything vintage or retro, 50s style dresses with a nice round, wide neckline, with cinched waists and just a gently flared or pleated skirt. Those disguise and minimize and really accent your figure. Yeah, I can really show off that nice flat tummy. Yeah, it's part of their style. So for your skirts, you can look at flat fronted, slight A-line style or pleated style in a bit of a stiffer fabric. Just helps to kind of smooth out the areas. Maxi skirts, of course, a fluted hemline, and you want a hemline that falls on or just below the knee. That's your best sort of length for a skirt. Now, for shirts. You have a lot of fun in the shirt department. You are great for delicate fabrics and details, ruffles, pussy bows, frills, add femininity and add volume up at the top. For me, I'm already top heavy, so I need to stay away from anything like that. So quite lucky you can wear very foo-foo, beautiful things. So much fun. You can also wear puffed sleeves, add a bit of width to your shoulders, really just add balance to your overall figure. You can also wear a nice shallow neckline, so boat necks will look amazing on you. That also will add that nice width to the shoulders. And horizontal stripes. So people always talk about vertical stripes being slimming. Well, you already have a very slim top, so you actually look good with horizontal stripes because, again, it will help balance out your figure overall. If you wear vertical stripes on the top, it'll make you look even narrower at the top and kind of just make you look like a triangle. Not a real triangle, but a kind of, our brains get weird in how we perceive bodies that way. So you can also layer with a nice long camisole or a singlet with a contrasting color, and then, a nice little sweater over top. This can shorten your torso length, make your legs look longer. You can do a short vest or waistcoat over a longer top to break up the length of the torso. Rebalances the proportions as well. And again, if you think about a vest, it kind of sits off to the side a bit. so it adds a lot more weight up on that upper portion. Well, again, it's like I'm talking about visual weight, not pounds. It doesn't make you look heavier. A shrug over dress or t-shirt adds weight to the breadth to the shoulders. Nice thick chunky knits for winter add volume, and you want your tops and jackets to end slightly above your widest part rather than right across it. So if they do just above, it'll help draw the eye in. Okay. So for coats, jealous here, double-breasted jackets, my dream. And coats, these help to add width to the top of your body, so they can be great for that. With open, that line can slice vertically and minimize. Structured jackets with broad shoulders and a nipped-in waist look amazing on most figures, but will look really good on yours as well. And you want your jackets to finish right at the top of the hip. For pants, you'll be looking for trousers that are wide enough and in a heavier fabric to skim and not cling to your hips. So you may need to get some alterations to get the waistband to fit. And you want them to be the darkest color of your outfit. And then you want them to skim the thighs and then fall straight down to elongate your legs. And then the pants should hit the bottom of the ankle and worn with the heel to elongate the leg. Now on to the most fun part, the shoes. You want straight heels and wedges to minimize the size of the calves and ankles. In winter, knee-high boots that cover your calves and allow you to wear skirts and dresses. Really fun look. And in winter, if you match the color of your tights and hosiery with your shoe color, that'll help elongate the leg. And in summer, wear shoes that are similar color to your skin tone. Flat shoes will never elongate your legs like heels can, but that doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice your comfort. Just if you are looking, going to an interview or want to look your very best, you may want to take that into account. But always do you. So that is your body shape, the pear, and your pretty quintessential pear. So I think that'll match you pretty well. But as I said, it's going to have idiosyncrasies that are your very own. So always work with yourself, not against yourself. And use this as a basis and to really judge for yourself. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's been my pleasure to meet with you today. Always so fun to see you. I hope one day invite me over so I can